I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there. Hello, family. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy Tuesday to you. Today is Tuesday, October 17th. Whew. Every time I look at the date nowadays, I'm thinking, wow, 2024 is just, it's a sneeze away, right? Like knock on the door away. So, how you doing? I hope your week is off to a great start. As a matter of fact, I hope it's off to a magnificent start. How about that? I'm struggling this week. I don't know. No. Let me not say that. Let me not put that in the air. I will say that I've been trying desperately to get myself together this week. I just can't get on top of things this week. But sometimes it's like that. But at the core of it all, I'm grateful to be able, okay? Grateful to be able, grateful to be here. So, family, I want to talk with you about one thing before we get into anything else. I read this article about a little girl that was kidnapped. She was from New Jersey, but she was taken over state lines to Delaware. And this predator met her online while she was playing a game, something like Roblox, one of those games. So I'm saying this to you because you know, I talk about our babies all the time, but I'm asking you to please watch our babies, stay on top of our babies, protect our babies, do all that you can. I know we think, well, they're just playing a game. That's innocent. Well, the predators are there as well. So I was listening to my babies, the ones with whom I spend time and work with, and they talk about Roblox and all these games all the time. So I'm just asking you as parents, guardians, adults, and the like, watch our babies, protect our babies. All right. So, family, if you're on our socials, let us know that you are out there by sharing a comment. Or, you can always give us a call, and you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free, 1-866-361-0900. We like all the love that you give us. We do. I tell you that all the time, don't I? Because I mean it. For those of our family members whose hearts are a little heavy today, I just want you to know that you are loved. You are so loved. You hear me? On behalf of your tribe and your village, I just want you to know that you are also not alone. You are not alone. Just know that too. And if you are celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I told you the month of October is mine. I claim the whole month. I claim it. I share it, but I claim it all the same. I do want to acknowledge our family members that are checking in on our socials. Hey there, Malcolm. Malcolm is checking in from West Mount Airy, and he's sending peace and love to everybody. Raphael, hey there, it's been a minute. Good to see you as well. Raphael is checking in. Always, always happy to see you all. And my cousin Sherry, hey there, cousin Sherry. Sherry is in Atlanta, so she's checking in. And I did have a great day. I did. Thank you, cuz. And I hope you did too. And there's my other cuz, Jennifer Felton. Hey there, mama. Always good to, it's been a long time, mama. We need to catch up. How about that? But it's good to see you here. Miss Viola. Hey. And you know it's always good to see you. Always, always. So, family, I won't keep you waiting because you know today is Tuesday. And you know what we do on Tuesdays. We have our tune up with none other than Dillon Swaine. For those who are unfamiliar or unaware, he is a widely talented fitness coach, athlete, and entrepreneur, amongst so many other things. And he's also the CEO and founder of his own fitness company, Swaine Train. So, family, I invite you to the conversation with Dillon Swaine. Hey, Dillon.
Hey family, happy Tuesday.
How are you today?
Girl, I am pushing through.
You are not alone. Do you hear me? You are so not alone, Dillon.
Mm.
But you know, we've got you. I mean, that's why you're here, right? This is your love and life family. You know, we've got you. We've got you.
Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
are we?
I
Am I
got your
looking at a cup of water?
pepper water.
No, am I looking at a cup of water? Am I looking? Is that what I'm seeing?
Right here? Oh Lord.
Yes. Okay. It was
Yeah.
right here. I said, what is that?
Whoops.
That's all right. That's all right.
How's the sound? How's the audio? Everything good?
The audio is good. There we go. That's better. I think
There
you
we
must have
go.
wiped your camera or something. But yeah. That's everything's good. Everything's good. Well,
Good.
always happy to have our tune up and always happy to have you check in with us and all that good stuff. You and I, we're probably on the same plane today. And you know, the spirit is high, but the energy is just low, just a
Maybe
little low.
it's maybe the climate. You know, every time it gets all cloudy outside and foggy, it just I don't
See,
know.
I don't know. Has it been cloudy where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut now. I'm not in New York today. So
Okay.
coming at you from CT.
Oh, I like Connecticut. I
Mm-hmm.
actually like it. It's beautiful. There's some beautiful places in Connecticut.
Like hidden gems, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, we're always happy to have you join us. So,
Happy to be here
welcome.
as usual.
So, what are we talking about today, Dylan?
Cool topics. Got with
Mhm.
Niles, spoke about something nice. Talking about workouts all the time, but you know, we haven't spoke about how it really helps you breathe in, how it helps you to you know, go about your day, do the natural thing. So we're gonna talk
Mm.
about some breathing today. I'm gonna talk about some breathing techniques, exercises that'll help you breathe better, exercises that'll help you, or routines that'll help you get a better flow of oxygen inside of your body and out, all that good
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
And plus a whole bunch of other
Other
things.
stuff. We always talk about a whole bunch of other things. That's the good
Yeah.
stuff. That's good
hmm
stuff. That's good stuff.
hmm So, Carol, have you gotten on your steps recently?
I have not. I
Okay,
have
no
not.
worries.
Family, no, family. I've been a bad girl. I really have. Now, my eating has not been, um, you know, as bad. My eating has not been. It was a few weeks ago. Remember, I told you all. I
Yeah, it was.
shared with you all that I was not doing well with my eating habits. Well, so here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
because you did make me feel better about something. It's not that I eat. Um, like I feel badly when I have breakfast, when I have eggs, grits, and toast or
Wow.
something like that. I do because I feel like, what are you doing? I feel like saying, what are you doing? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat that often. I don't even eat that often. And like, well, you know, I was shared with you all too. My breakfast is typically my hug in a mug. I have my matcha green tea. Now that may not be the best, but I have my matcha green tea, but I put all my vitamins and everything in it. So my
Mm-hmm.
biggest meal is usually during the latter part of the day, and it varies. I'm such a creature of habit. It's either a salad with some salmon because I love salmon, either a salmon salad with either. It depends on the day. It's either a vinaigrette or a Caesar dressing, and
Mm-hmm.
um, or Again, with me with the fish. I love tuna steak, so it's either me with tuna steak, some kale, and sometimes rice.
Oh, have you ever had a salmon steak?
No, I've never heard of it.
Those things are actually pretty bomb. It looks like a tuna steak, but it's a salmon steak. If you never heard of it, go ahead and try it out, fam, because it's really good. And the amount of oils that come out of it, you don't need to douse it in olive oil. You don't need
Hmm.
to butter it. It's enough that comes out of it.
Mm. I have to try. Okay, salmon steak. I have to be honest with you. I've never even seen it, let alone heard of it. Family, have you all indulged? Have you all had salmon steak? I mean,
Indulge.
yes, indulged, right?
Sure.
It wa-
It's like it's not a delicacy.
well, I mean, it might be. Listen, my
That's
tuna
funny.
steak and my salmon, they're delicacies to me. So, I
I
love
feel
it.
that.
You're always laughing at me, always teasing me, Dylan, always teasing me. I want to take a moment to acknowledge that Nasir is in the building. Hey there, Nasir. He is sending peace and blessings to all of the family. Tony, where have you been, Tony? Where have you been? Tony says, hey, Carol and Word family. Dylan has had this mystery drink 2 weeks in a row. Tony, I'm with you on that. I don't know what Dylan has in that cup. He's like-
Funny.
but you,
Whatever.
you do have a mystery drink. Yes, you do. And Doug, hey, Doug Lyons is checking in. Yes. Oh my goodness. Doug is, yes, he is a vocalist and pianist, and he's a 4-year stroke um, thriver. How about that?
That's
God is
different.
still blessing him. Yes, 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 yes. Malcolm shares that he does salmon. See, I'm a salmon person. I am a salmon person. Oh, and Nasir shares for those of us, because I'm going to go and get some, that they have salmon steaks at Reading Terminal. Thank you for that, Nasir. Is that new? You know how they come up with something new every now and
Yeah,
again?
I've never heard of that. Reading Terminal. But no, salmon steaks are
Oh,
not.
see, you got to come to Philly. The Reading Terminal is in Philly, and it is the most awesome. It is an awesome
What
a
is it?
market. It's a market. You can get all kinds of goods and wares and delicious food, delicious. But is salmon steak, is that new? You know that every so often there's something new.
Hmm. Yeah, so they usually like come in like packs of maybe two or four, but they're pretty good. They're not new at all. It's just
No.
like you don't really hear about salmon steaks. You just hear about a steak or maybe a tuna steak at most.
Yeah, I tell you, I love tuna steak.
But they definitely come with some bones because there's bones in steak and there's bones in fish. But yo, it comes out nicely. You got the fillet, comes like a steak, and you got the skin on the outside, but it's only on like just the I want to call it the border, but it's
Okay.
not on both sides. It's not on like fully on one side. So you get a nice chunk of meat, very very little skin. So you still get that flavor if you like that part.
I do. I
Hmm.
do. And you said I don't need a lot of olive oil.
No, you don't need oil at all. Like it literally sits in its own oil. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen to this. Okay, let me write this down.
Yeah, it's really good. And salmon's the most fattiest fish out there. So, well, not the most, but it's top. It's definitely up there.
Okay, what does that mean? That's not, is
Meaning
that
it's gonna
not?
give its own oils.
Oh, I thought you were about to say that. That's not good for me. I said,
Oh,
wait a
it's
minute
crazy.
now. Wait a minute, because
I
you
can't
about to
start off
change.
with like a cliff. What
I
is
was
it
about to
called?
say, don't change my whole life. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, as much, no, seriously, as much as I eat, and that's what I had today. I had a salmon Caesar steak with Brussels sprouts, raisins, and pistachios.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, it was delicious. It was amazing.
Wow. Do you like poke? Do you like sushi?
You know what?
I think we've been
Yes,
over
but
this.
yes, but see, because you clowned me, I don't know exactly what it is of sushi that I like. I've had different there's some that I don't like, of course, but I don't remember what I had that I did like. So I don't know. I cannot tell you what it was.
You're a
I'd have
cooked sushi person, if I'm right.
Well, I do, but I mean, I've had. I don't mind it raw, but again, like I said, I'm not sure what it was that I had because there are not many. that I like that are raw,
Mm,
but I have had it. I have had it.
got you. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
since we're talking about good things, good food, might as well get on to the topic. Talking about workouts and how it helps you breathe better. So, one of the easiest things that we usually go do in a workout is like walk, right?
Mhm.
Go
Mhm.
walk 15 minutes or so, or maybe 30 minutes, or maybe even 10. And then we go to our workout, then we'll stretch, or maybe not stretch, we'll walk, maybe not walk, but we end up doing like this workout that elevates our heart rate, and then we go home. So that's good. And what it's helping you do is burn calories because your heart rate's increasing.
Mhm.
But, well, and when you're needing to breathe faster and harder, you're going to end up putting in more oxygen in your body and putting out carbon dioxide. So at the same time, what you're doing, just doing it during your intensity, like your natural breathing habits during that high intensity, you're training your body to breathe during hard states. So when you train your body during hard states and
Wow.
now you're at more relaxed states throughout your day, you're going to be able to breathe better regardless, whether it was low intensity or high intensity exercise. So a
Okay.
lot of people don't really see the benefit from the exercises in that way. They'll think like, hey, I get to build my body, or hey, it's
Right.
keeping me healthy. It's just gonna, burn calories that I don't need, or maybe I eat too much. But they are forgetting that, hey, like going through the motions of your workout is crucial,
Uh-huh.
because if you can't make it throughout your workout, at least you were able to go do that intensity, and then you're going to help your breathing become better.
You know what? I have a question about that.
Yeah.
But before I ask my question, and I'm sorry to have interjected, family, we're going to take just a short break. It's that time. It's that time. But know that the phone lines are still open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We will be right back. So stay with us.
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick. And here we are. It's Tuesday, so we are in the midst of our Tuesday tune up. I do want to share that Alfred is checking in. Hey there, Alfred. It's been a minute. Alfred is checking in, and Malcolm shares that he likes catfish. No, he shares that he does catfish too. You know what? I'm not a big catfish person. I like catfish. I do, but salmon is my go-to. Salmon, cod, and tuna steak.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my like go-tos. That's what I like.
You ever been fishing?
Yes, but okay. I don't do well fishing. I can't put the bait, and I can't put the bait on the hook if it's a worm. That I can't do it, and I can't catch a fish because I hate. I don't like to see them squirm because I feel like there's so much pain. I just
You're right. Just let everybody else do it. Just eat it after.
basically.
Yeah.
I hate that. I mean, I
Somebody's
know
got to do it.
I can't do it. I cried so hard, and I caught a tiny fish, and I cried. I said, get it out!" Screaming, and it was
That's
horrible. It was a horrible experience.
Catfish is good. I don't know too many nutritional value points for catfish. All I know is that be careful how much you eat because they are more of a bottom feeder than anything else.
I did hear that. I did hear that they are bottom feeders.
Yeah, so you got a lot of the zinc, the magnesium,
Well,
copper, nickel, all those elements that you don't
but
want high of lead.
magnesium is good for us, though, right?
Yeah, and not in excess amounts. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
eating those types of fish will put you in excess.
If you eat a lot.
hmm
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Of those
No,
specific fishes, yeah,
of catfish.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gary's checking in. Hey there, Gary. Good to see you as well. And Malcolm is sharing that tuna and swordfish steaks. Now, see, I didn't know about all these steaks. Swordfish steaks. I've never even had that. Wait a minute.
Well, think of what a steak is. It's just something cut along the bone. So
Yes,
yeah,
but I never saw it. Sharia is checking in. Hey, they're beautiful. She's sharing. I won't even clean them. No way. Listen. I did one time. I will not again. And I made the mistake of doing it in my kitchen. And I promise you, there were scales throughout my entire house for like
wow.
2 weeks. Malcolm, oh, bluefish. Bluefish is good.
Oh, you guys are crazy. Bluefish is crazy.
Bluefish is awesome.
I love fishing for it because they're the fish that will fight you back, like swordfish.
Bluefish fight you back.
When you're reeling it, it's a workout to reel in. Like it's a literal bicep workout. Like your arms are going to be sore fishing for those things because bluefish swim with sharks. So you might
Oh,
catch a shark, swordfish, a bluefish, but you're fighting. You're against musclefish at that point. So
oh,
it's
then
going to be a war for that
that's
meat.
that's going to be a negative for me. That's what
Mm.
that's going to be. I'm going to buy it and prepare it. Well, I can't get the bait on the hook, so the fishing is not for me.
That's okay. We got it.
Yeah. So the question I had for you, you were talking about breathing, and my first thought was about like yoga because I know you were talking about high intensity. So now yoga helps with breathing as well, right?
Yoga helps with mobility. If you're
Uh,
breathing through it, depends on the type of yoga. There's different types of yoga.
okay,
So there's heated, there's hot yoga. There's
I've done that.
Pilates, which is like a mixture of yoga and body weight workouts combined.
Oh,
You got different names for different types of yoga.
Okay.
But the general yoga that you're thinking, like that most people will think of, is just sitting on a ball, stretching different ways, or maybe putting yourself in poses and positions to work on your balance and stability.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can work on your breath at the same time, that's golden. And if you go into those yoga studios that have all these different types of intensities, that's also good too, because then you are going to end up having to breathe. You are going to end up like have to hold yourself into positions that are not I don't want to say not natural, but they're not common. So it's
Okay.
like you might be struggling and you might be getting a little bit of workout there. So yeah, that
I
there's
did hot yoga.
there's both sides to it. You did hot yoga before, huh?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I listen. I don't know how successful I'd be now as I'm well into the fifth level, but I, I listen. If I have a good hot flash and I'm in the midst of hot yoga, I might not make it. So I don't know that hot yoga is for me anymore. I tried it some time ago and it was
Mhm.
awesome. I loved it, but I don't know that volunteering for hot yoga right now would be a good decision for me.
Depending on where you're starting, yoga might be the best start. And it's also going to help with shortness of breath, because that's one of the things I wanted to mention on the shortness of breath that people have, especially
Hmm.
after COVID season, or maybe just because of that dust in the air scene that happened a few months ago in New York,
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
across basically the country. And then you've also got diseases like lung disease, or maybe let's say you don't even have a disease. Let's say you have a lot of mucus in your body,
Hmm.
and you end up, generating a lot of mucus. You got to clear your throat a lot. Or let's say you got low immunity and, you get sick sometimes. Or
Hmm.
whether you are sick. Like, I'm giving all these examples because these are examples that include your airway. And as you're working out, it could better your shortness of breath if you have shortness of breath. And I'm not saying just go run. No. But running definitely is great because you're going to have to breathe to keep your running going. So working on your long strides, working on power walks and going up hills, that's also another base intensity that you could start at other than just
Hmm.
yoga, um, because it will help you with shortness of breath.
Okay. Understood. Understood.
Mhm.
Family, I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines. One of our family members is checking in. Hello, and thank you for calling. Hello there.
Hello, hello.
Oh, we might be having a technical. Let me tell you something. The devil is trying to get into all the details tonight. I will tell you that, family, because everything that could happen was trying to happen
Hmm.
tonight. It's just been trying to happen. So we're going to wait for our family member to come back while we rebuke
Yeah.
whatever madness is trying to interfere.
In the meantime, like, I'll talk about something else. Hopefully, we get
Mm-hmm.
that color on.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, like, we already know, fitness is going to help your overall body. It's going to help your health at the end of the day. Um, when it comes to your breathing, though, like, that breathing state is real key, because that thing can calm you down. It can lower your heart rate. It can soothe your mind. It can put you in a better relaxed state. It can help you focus on whatever you're doing at,
Mm-hmm.
task on hand. So working out is not just, obviously people are thinking about, hey, like, I got a goal in mind, or even if they don't have a goal in mind, it's like, hey, I know I got to keep active. Like, it's just a
Mm-hmm.
natural thing to say. I have to keep active. I have to improve my body some way, shape, or form. Though it's so easy to just get fixated on that tunnel vision that it's just going to serve you in one area. Because I'm going to bring back something that we spoke about earlier, and just interrupt me completely once we get that caller, by the way.
Okay.
And instead of it just being that workout for your body, think of it as, hey, like, now I'm going to go into accountability real quick. If you can't get up and go work out, or if you're so tired that you don't want to even move and you're just done with it, getting up to work on your breathing is definitely like something also. Don't negate that, because you
Mm-hmm.
can go out and take that walk, and by the time you're done with 5 or 10 minutes and you're on your way back, you may feel like you want to jog, or you may feel like you want to just touch your toes, lean back, stretch, go side to side. Like, you may feel like you want to do more stuff. But I think the easiest thing to do in every single workout is stretching and breathing, because it gets you primed up. But it's
Mm.
also the lowest barrier of entry, because you don't have to climb a hurdle to get into the workout. It's literally just boom.
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do is there's do we have the call yet?
I'm not sure. Nick, is our caller available now? I don't believe so, Dylan.
I don't think so. So there's I'm gonna bring up a technique that the Navy SEALs use. This is called the Navy SEAL breathing technique.
Okay.
Though all, I would say, special operations use this, all three-letter agencies use this, all intense organizations use this, like firefighting too, and
Okay.
even in martial arts they teach this. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. There's two parts of this: diaphragmatic breathing, and that's learning how to breathe from your diaphragm, which is something that
Mm-hmm.
obviously like we think we're doing, but over time, we start breathing from our chest. We start breathing from our shoulders and our upper body and our neck. That's different.
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Tentacle. Yeah, you're right. We're having all the
I'm
problems today.
telling you, everything that can happen today is trying. Family, listen. Let me just let you know if you just tuned in, okay, you definitely are tuned in to Love and Life. But when I tell you the devil is trying to get in every single detail today, he is trying desperately. I mean, that must mean we have some good stuff that we're talking about today, okay?
Maybe.
Because he does not want us to communicate. But guess what? He will not have his way. You hear me? He will not. He will not have his way. We rebuke you. Okay. So I know Nick is working hard trying to rectify whatever this issue is or take care of this. But just so that you know, I know Malcolm says, wow, I know.
Cue the
I
commercial.
know. Listen, I'm afraid to do that. Listen. But yeah, everything that is happening, everything's trying to happen. I mean, like it's a convergence of like five storms right now. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me.
But
Mhm.
even to add on that technique, um, when you're diaphragmatic breathing, you're literally using your diaphragm below your lungs to push up and down and to train you to breathe the right way. Therefore, it's going to, one, relax your traps, the upper neck that gets tight, and the back of your neck whenever you got to, turn left, turn right, 360, well, 180 your neck if you can, or
Mhm.
try to 180 your neck one way, try to 180 your neck the other way. At that point, yeah, a lot of stuff's going on. So
Wait,
at that point,
Dylan, hold on. Wait 1 second. I want you to pause because I really want everybody to hear what you are saying. And it's a little impossible for them to do so at this moment. So, Nick, what I'm going to ask if we could do. Oh, poor thing. I don't even know if Nick can hear me. Nick. What we are going to go to our socials really quickly while he is working through that.
mhm.
And I'm going to share that Rick is sending love to everybody. And he has a question. But you know what? I'm going to read the question, Rick, but we're going to hold the question until after commercial break because I want to be sure everybody hears Dylan's response. Rick is asking, can you tell me what the top meats and vegetables are that can assist in creating more muscle mass? He shares that he likes most meats, starches, and most vegetables. So that was the question. I'm going to share that now. I'm going to share
Cool.
that when we come back from our commercial break as well, because I think it's time. Yeah, I think it's time. Family, stay with us. We are going to take just a short commercial break, see if we can't work some things out. But we will be right back.
you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. When I tell you that whatever that is, listen, I'm going to call it the monster in the machine. Okay. It came on with a vengeance, didn't it? What?
Yeah, that was
Listen,
nice.
didn't I mean, Dylan, did it wake you?
No.
Oh, no.
He's
Okay,
come
so
stronger than
it has, well, uh-oh.
that.
I do want to check in with our family members who are checking in. Harold, Harold Sprittle. Harold says, I crack him up. Well, you know what? Listen, you know I don't play. The devil can never be in the details. You hear me? He will always be rebuked. You know it. You know it. And Frey is checking in. Hey, Frey. Frey shares, good evening, family. B. Dillon Swaine. She is breathing like a dragon, whistling and wheezing, sneezing and coughing. What? It
Wow.
is not cute. She writes, sinus and allergies. Oh no, that's horrible. And Nick, Malcolm has a message for you. He says, check the flux capacitor and the white ground wire. That should do the trick.
Wow. Are you, yeah, are you joking or are you serious?
No, Malcolm is a mess. He is joking. He is joking. But I so love that. I so appreciate the humor. Malcolm always brings me humor. Always. Frey, I am so sorry, my sweet Frey, that you are not feeling well. Sinuses and allergies are, oof. Believe me, I know when I'm working through them myself, I can't stand it. So I am terribly sorry you are in the midst of that madness. Now, family, because the monster in the machine came and scared the crap out of me, I was I'm normally all over the place. But I'm going to go back to the question that Rick had, and then we'll go back to what you were sharing, Dylan. So Rick was asking about meats and vegetables that can assist with creating more muscle mass. He does share that he likes most meats, starches, and most vegetables.
That's a good question. I'm gonna hit you with a question first. It seems like you're trying to put on some good lean weight. Cool. So you're trying to put on some muscle.
Mhm.
Are you allergic? Do you have any medical conditions or anything that you are trying to avoid specifically first? Because I'm not going to talk to you and say, hey, eat this and this, and you can't even eat it.
Right.
So just let me know real quick what, if you can have everything, just like, hey, free game over here. But if there are some restrictions or medical conditions, just hint at them and I'll be sure to drop some stuff. But for the basics, he hit. Is
He
that
did. He hit right
okay?
back. He shares no. He feels that his biggest problem seems to be that he doesn't eat 3 meals a day. Sometimes one, sometimes two, but rarely three. He just eats when he finds the time between working, errands, home projects, etc.
Good. Okay. So obviously, I'm gonna name some easy ones: chicken, beef, all types of seafood. But when we go into the more mineral-rich foods, we're gonna include liver, kidney. You
Mm.
got, yeah, those are good ones. You got oxtail, you got goat, you got let's say shrimp. Yeah, you got obviously the salmon and the codfish and the tuna. So all these things, and obviously if we go into steaks, you got the all these different steaks: T-bone, filet mignon, all that stuff. Chicken, breast, uh, thighs. If you do wings, it doesn't carry as much protein as all the other parts. Drums don't carry as much protein as a breast. So all these different types of proteins that I'm naming right now will help you rebuild your muscle. But it seems like you're trying to put on weight and lean weight. So type in the comments if you're working out too, because if you're working out, then you're going to build the muscle. If you're not working out as frequently as you're eating, then you most likely won't put on the muscle. You're just going to put on weight. So,
Mm.
or you're just going to keep on burning it and keep the body going, the body likes to stay where it's at unless you're going to tell it to grow. So
Mhm.
unless you're really working out where you're eating, it's going to keep on using that food to remain where you are, or just give you the energy to go about your day. But those are some great protein options to really shoot out to you. There's also beans, different like I like the hierarchy of beans first. There are top three. You got black beans, the white
Mhm.
beans, and you got the kidney beans.
Mm.
Right below that, you got the chickpeas. So those are like the top four in protein content that I would start putting into. I'm not
Wh-
saying go lentils, but like if you have red kidney beans, great. If you got the white beans, I think they're called cannelli beans. Yeah, they're called cannelli beans. Cannelli. Cannelli beans are just white beans. The black beans, obviously, they're just black beans.
Mhm.
And chickpeas.
No lima or pinto?
Those will be just right below it. So
Okay.
that's why I didn't name them. They're still going
Okay.
to give you protein, but those are the top four that give you the highest protein per amount that you're going to eat.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the different protein options, my friend. I would start putting them in, but text in the comments, if you're working
Oh,
out as much as you're eating, so I know what's really going on.
he shares, no, I did at one time, and I have to say it did work.
Nice. So that's exactly what you got to start doing again, but maybe not on the same intensity, because as you reach different levels, your body's going to react to what you do in a different way based on that level. So if you're in your 30s, you're really where testosterone is working. If you're in your 40s and 50s, it's coming down a little bit. 60s, it's definitely taking a lower mark.
He
What do you
shares
say?
he was lifting and exercising, and his neck, shoulders, and legs started swelling up.
Swelling up is that's a word. So yeah, I mean they're gonna get bigger, but if you're also eating a whole bunch of food just to repair, but it's a whole bunch of food, then yes, you are gonna gain some sort of amount of fat that comes with your muscle because muscle eats on your fat at nighttime. That's your safety mechanism.
Oh, you told us
We talk
that.
about
You
how
did
you
say
metabolize
you
fat
said
at
that
night.
before. Yeah, I remember hearing that. Miss Viola shares that she bought some okra, beets, and
Oh gosh,
Korean broccoli. Let's you
here we go
listen.
with the
I
okra.
have my beets too, Miss Viola. You know that's my snack. I love me some beets. And
Here we go with the
I
okra.
have yes. Now okra, Miss Okra, Miss Viola, you can have all the okra, Miss Okra. But
Keep it.
Korean broccoli, I've never heard of that.
I've
What's
never heard of that either. Is that like the seasoning, like the type you're making it, like how you're making it?
Yeah,
I've
Miss
never heard of
Viola,
Korean.
what is Korean broccoli? And Rick Shares got it, 50s. He's on the fifth level too. I love it. I love it.
Oh, if you're in your 50s, the best way to work out is overloading your body in a natural way, not just going to the gym and doing the bro split, which is arms, legs, chest, back. No. The best way to work out in your 50s and up is to do overloading exercises that are mimicking your natural daily life. So if you're going to, if you are going to go to the gym, or if you have a treadmill at home, or if you're going to take a step outside, put a backpack on your body. Don't be afraid of looking weird. Don't be afraid of, back pain. That's not going to happen unless you're really running with weights slapping you in the back. But we're just
Mhm,
talking about walking and going up hills and down hills. So you're going
mhm.
to end up increasing your ankle mobility. You're going to strengthen up your ankles, your knees, and your hips. You're going to engage your core more often than not. And all you're doing is walking. So your whole entire body has to now carry this load and resistance against this drag of a hill or just walking in general. Therefore, you're building up muscle everywhere. Maybe not as much as you would in the gym, but it's a more safer, more effective way and
Uh-huh.
more beneficial way to do things at that level. You get what I'm
What are we
saying?
what are we putting in this backpack?
Honestly, if you don't have a garbage bag and sand nearby,
What
you could also just wrap, like, if you have plates at home, you can wrap 10-pound or 15-pound plates in a towel.
okay.
Or you could grab the heaviest object like a dumbbell, wrap it in a towel. I
Mhm.
used to run with textbooks or, walk with textbooks.
Mhm.
That's when I was really like in my teens. I don't do that anymore because I'm not putting books in my bag and running. I'm just not doing it.
Well,
But
were you telling us to do it? Well,
I'm not.
what the
I'm not.
what?
I'm
Were,
definitely not. You can go
were
ahead
you
and do the
telling us
dumbbells
to
and the
do it?
plates, but if you have nothing but textbooks, like to each his own at that point.
You're telling us to do it. Wait a minute now.
I'm only saying it because like the textbook get real bulky, and in order to hit
Mm-hmm,
that,
mm-hmm.
15 pounds of weight on your back, or 20 or 30, you're gonna have to put a lot of books in and stuff that bag. It's just gonna look all bulky.
Mm.
So a quick calculation for everybody: do 15 to 10 to 35% of your body weight. You just
What?
do 0.1, 0.15, or zero point 0.2 times your body weight, and
Times
that's how
your
much you put
body.
on your back.
Okay. Well, Malcolm is sharing. I have to say no to beats. Listen, you didn't have to put it in all caps, Malcolm. I don't
That's funny.
appreciate you yelling at me. Okay. I love my beats. Okay.
Malcolm, try the beet juice before a workout and see how you feel. I know you don't like beets, but just try it one day.
And he shares that he does love broccoli and spinach. I do too. I do too. Chloe loves broccoli. My fur baby, y'all know my fur child. She loves
Hmm.
broccoli. And Frey shares, Dylan, they can have my beets and my okra. And Rick shares that was great information. Thank you so much. It sounds so sensible.
I
Frey
got you,
said,
bro.
Frey's like, I hear kids. I hear I hear children.
Sorry about that. I'm with my cousin. There's always something going on in the background.
Always
Either
something, always.
crickets, nature, or people.
But it's all right. This is life. And here we are at Love and Life. I
Pretty
do want to
much.
share though, family, because in order for Nick to exercise that monster and get it out of the machine, I'm not going to be able to take calls this evening. So I'm terribly sorry to our family member who was calling in and to anyone else who would like to call in because I'm not going to be able to talk with you tonight. I can, however, communicate. Dylan and I can communicate with you. Dylan, Nick, and I can communicate with you via our socials, but we cannot by way of the telephone. Just to make you aware, so that you don't call and say, "Well, wait a minute, why can't I talk to anybody tonight?" Because
Hmm.
I want to talk to you. You know I do. So for those of you who have just tuned in, you are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly, Carol Riddick. We are in the midst of our tune up. We are talking with Dillon Swaine because that's what we do on Tuesdays. And we are going to take a short break in just a moment. But when we come back, we're going to go back to the conversation that Dillon started. He mentioned diaphragmatic breathing. And I did have a question about that as well, because I know some of our family members might say, well, how do you know if you're doing it properly, since the body will naturally breathe from the chest,
Good
as you
question.
shared? People ask that. People ask it a lot of me. So I do want to be clear and make sure our family members know. And I see our family members commenting on the socials. Malcolm, you better not be yelling at me again. Family, stay with us. We are going to take just a short break, but we will be right back.
is love.
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. So me, Nick, and Dillon, we're in the midst of our Tune-Up Tuesday, and listen, we are pushing along because it's a little different tonight, but that's all right. That's all right. It could be worse, right? Could be worse. So we'll take it. It's all right. It's all right. Ms. Viola shares that she bakes her beets. I still have not tried that yet, Ms. Viola. I haven't tried it. I am still so stuck on eating mine. I eat them right out of the jar. They taste so good to me. I still have not baked them yet. And Frey shares, Dillon, from the jungle to the daycare. You really are a Jamaican.
That's funny.
That was hilarious. So Malcolm shares, he does see a product advertised called Super Beets. And it supposedly does not have the regular harsh beet flavor. So what are Super Beets? What are they?
Probably a powder.
Oh, a powder. Okay. And Miss Viola says it's all right. It's all right. The monster can be in the machine because she had her one call for the day. So that's all right. That's all right. Frey shares, I love Tune Up Tuesdays. I love that. And Miss Viola is sharing about her plantains. Is it plantain or plantain?
I'm Jamaican. We say plantain. I know America. They say plantain. I know.
Watch 'em
Honestly, I know everywhere else except for the Caribbeans. They say plantain.
I was about to say, watch your mouth. Talking about what I'm married.
Oh,
Watch your
God.
mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'm American too.
You say what?
I'm American too.
Yeah, yeah, right. You just said I say plantain, but Americans say plantains. What?
Got
Watch
to
your,
know the
you better
culture.
you better watch your mouth, Dillon Swaine. But
Gotta-
all right, so you were talking about diaphragmatic breathing.
Mhm. Diaphragmatic breathing, for everybody who missed it, it's just breathing from your diaphragm instead of breathing from your chest, your shoulders, and your neck. So the easiest way you can tell if you're breathing from your diaphragm is if you put your hand on your belly and you can feel your belly poking out instead of your chest poking out. Or if you lay flat on your back, you'd want to breathe and push your stomach out as far upward as possible from the ground by just breathing without arching your back. Just push it up as you're breathing and then let it fall right back down as you're breathing out. So when you're doing that, you're training your body to breathe the right way, which is using your diaphragm instead of using your diaphragm, your chest, your shoulders, your traps, things that it doesn't really need. Because now you're just dragging it up when you're actually supposed to be pushing and letting go, pushing and letting go. So there's another technique for, I had two, it turned into three for this conversation. Diaphragmatic breathing is number one, that's base, that's how you breathe. Number two is what to breathe. And then number three is when, I would say when. So, or let's start off with when. There's something called the Navy SEAL breathing, because I brought that up earlier. That's when you breathe for a certain amount of seconds in, a certain amount of seconds out, and while holding also. So what this does is it regulates your heart rate, because your heart rate is also attached to your breathing rate. If you breathe fast and hyperventilate on purpose, your heart rate will increase. If you breathe out slow, long, and full in a slow, long exhale, your heart rate's going to drop down dramatically. It's a dramatic drop. But the moment you breathe in, you'll hear it beat a couple more beats faster for a moment. So it's directly associated to it pumping blood throughout the body, because the blood needs to go to your lungs to grab oxygen. So it's going to grab the oxygen and pump throughout the body. As you're breathing in, it pumps a little bit faster. But as you're breathing out, it's exhaling all the waste, or metabolizing and putting all the waste where it needs to go. So the seconds that you would do this is 4 seconds inhale, 4 second hold, 4 seconds exhale. Now, just doing that alone can be hard, and it can cause you lightheadedness at first because you're changing the balance of gases in your body. So it's going to be like, whoa, for a second. But as you do this, you're going to lower your resting heart rate. The resting heart rate is so crucial for this conversation because that's your ability to remain healthy for a long time. If your heart is beating at a fast resting heart rate, let's say 90 or above, or like 80 or above, at that point, your heart's working just to remain neutral, just to remain, calm. If your heart's beating that fast for you to just sit down and do nothing, that is a problem. That's not even something to just say, hey, everybody's different. That's a freaking problem. So what you would do to lower that is, number one, decreasing the amount of weight that your body has to keep alive, which is maintaining a healthy, balanced weight on the scale, meaning a good ratio between lean mass and body fat. Number two, it's definitely training your body, whether it's low, high intensity, whether it's low impact, high impact, to operate in environments where you're going to have to work so that your body can naturally have a lower resting state, which is healthier for you. And then number three, that's bettering your breathing, which is using this Navy SEAL technique. That's what they call it, the Navy SEAL breathing. It's 3 seconds or 4 seconds in, 3 to 4 seconds hold, 3 to 4 second exhale. You can start with 2, increase to 3, increase to 4 as time goes on.
What impact does it have on your blood pressure?
Great question. It lowers your blood pressure dramatically because your blood pressure is the pressure against the walls of your arteries and veins. That's what blood pressure is. So if you're going to lower the amount of stress of your heart, it's not necessarily pumping as fast, but it's also not straining your body to where it's constricted. So the constant strain will constrict your body, therefore making tightness in body parts and inside of your organs and whatnot. So it actually goes down so deep from just this thought. It's a conceptual thought, but it goes deep into your physiology. And you don't need to go to a doctor to learn this. You just need the right coach. Dillon is right here. So I know Frey's cracking up right now.
Well, I'm sure she is because I am too.
With everybody else. But what it does to your blood pressure, it helps you automate or regulate your blood flow. And then it's flushing out the cholesterol, the toxins in your body correctly instead of it just storing. You know what I'm saying? And there's also hormones that get involved with it too, because cortisol is a hormone that will break down your muscles, and it's a stress hormone. So those people who are constantly working or they don't get as much sleep, their cortisol levels are going to be a little bit higher than normal. Therefore, they might feel more aches and pains than most people. And as you breathe and calm the body down, your heart rate's going to lower, therefore bettering that level of hormones too.
Well, I do want to share with you. You did see that Frey was laughing.
I didn't
She
see
called
it.
you
But does that
Doctor.
make sense,
She called you Dr. Dillon Swaine. LOL. But
right. Did that make
Dillon,
sense?
it made a whole lot of sense. But I'm going
good.
to ask you to demonstrate.
What the heck?
Yeah. What?
Demonstrate what?
This breathing technique.
Oh gosh. All right, cool. So for those who can't see what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna breathe for you.
Yes.
All right.
So
Well,
you're breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and then exhaling for 4.
Right. And I'm gonna use the diaphragmatic technique so that you will see my shoulders not even rise. And that's the trick. I'll do it one way that's wrong, one way that's right, but I'll keep the breathing count steady. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. That was a 3 second.
Okay. Did you exhale through your mouth or your nose?
My mouth.
Or does it matter?
Naturally, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you're doing Zaz, well, honestly, I say go with the nose until you need to use the mouth.
Until you need to use the mouth?
Right. So if you're working out don't just stay there and try to force air through a tiny little hole. Breathe in and out from your mouth too. Use both.
Okay.
But if you're doing this breathing technique and you're just chilling, train your body to use your nose.
Okay.
It's just it regulates better.
Okay.
So I'll do it the right way this time because you saw my chest rise, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. You know we did.
I'll do it again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Slight difference?
Okay. Well, now it looked the same to me, but I mean, maybe I don't know.
It's hard for me to do things wrong. When it comes to these, like when it comes to working out, it's hard for me to do it the wrong way.
Okay.
But if you can look at my shoulders,
I received that though. Yeah. Okay. I get
that's
that.
what you see a lot of people do in a chair. They'll just be going up and down like this.
Yeah, that's true. I have seen that. I definitely have seen that.
And I'm not pointing people out here, so don't get butt hurt. But it's a tune-up at the end of the day. If you see this in the mirror when you look up in the mirror and you see your shoulders rising as you breathe, it may just be because your ratio between lean mass and body fat is a little bit more towards the undesirable side of things. And also you just haven't been training your belly to use your belly instead of your shoulders. So over time, you become accustomed to it.
Why is that though? Why do so many of us resort to breathing from our chest instead of our diaphragm? Because I thought it was natural to breathe from our diaphragm.
Mm-hmm. The body goes through the path of least resistance. You've heard of this probably.
Yep.
So the path of least resistance is to use traps, shoulders, muscles, everything else to help one little function, because it's easier on one body part to spread it out than to just focus on one thing. But if you focus your diaphragm, then it becomes natural and you grow the strength in your core to breathe. And then you get stronger there. Then it becomes easier. That becomes the path of least resistance.
Got you.
It also has something to do with posture too, but we don't have to go there.
Yeah, we can. I mean, why not? That
that
makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you're slunched out like this, you can't really push out your belly. It's kind of just crunched up. But if your back is straight, it's way easier to use your belly in and out. So keeping a straight back, and this brings us to the third part of this breathing technique. It's posture. When you breathe out, this is the same for both men and women. When you breathe, let's say when you breathe in, you should be breathing into your lower belly so you can push out your diaphragm into your private parts. It should go down for the guys. It should go down into you. All right.
For ladies, us too. For us too.
And ladies, it should go down into your. You mean so? That's what I'm talking about. I got the Philly now coming out. But thank you, Niall. He's got to be cracking up. But as you're breathing out, straighten out your back and let the air go along your tailbone. Start from your tailbone, rise up your spine, and exit through the crown of your head as you breathe out through your nose. So again, when you breathe in, it goes in through your nose, down to your belly. When you breathe out, it goes to your tailbone, up your spine. If you just think of it like that, you're going to keep a straight back. You're going to be working the diaphragm. You're more likely than not to have a better fullness of breath in and out with that count without even thinking about it.
That visual does help, though. It does. The visuals,
it's the visuals that really help the most. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it really does. Thank you for that. Wait, I want to check on some of our family members. Edith is sharing that she can't hear anything. Edith, can you hear now? In case you joined us a little later in the show, we've been having some difficulties tonight. The monster is trying to get into the machine. So as a result, we made just a few adjustments tonight. So you won't hear our commercials when we're during commercial break. You won't hear our commercials, and that may have been when you came in. So I just want to make you aware so that you know that you are having the full experience of the Tuesday tune-up. Just want to let you know. And Thaddeus is checking in. Hey there, Thaddeus. Swan Cradle. And he shares greetings, all kings and queens. I love it. I love it. And Frey is asking, what is a healthy heart rate? Is it universal or is it different for everyone?
Universal, but it's universal, but different amongst levels where you're at. Everybody would be better off with a 60 beat per minute or less, 1 beat per second or less. If you're a pro athlete, believe it or not, their resting heart rate is in the 20s.
What?
My resting heart rate used to be in the 40s.
Wow. Okay.
But again, a resting heart rate is just your heart pumping when you're just chilling. So if
But you're also an athlete too.
Right, exactly. So if you're training hard, your body's going to accommodate for that change in your life. It's going to say, all right, we're not working out. Let's take a break. You don't need all, I don't want to say it doesn't need. It's not going to take a break. It's just going to regulate better because the pathways are now built and the pathways are open.
You know what? I want to go back to what I was asking you about high blood pressure and about these breathing techniques. So if any of our family members has high blood pressure, and family, I'm just asking, I don't know if you have any other existing or pre-existing conditions, but as it pertains to high blood pressure, could this breathing technique be helpful?
Most def, good question. Again, it's a subconscious thing that happens. It doesn't happen directly. But over time, as you're breathing, you're going to lower your catabolic hormones. Catabolic are hormones that are causing catastrophe and breakdown, like cortisol. And if you have high blood pressure, what you're going to end up doing is relaxing your body to a point where it flushes out the negative and the bad hormones and brings in the good beneficial hormones. When that happens, those hormones affect the rest of your body, therefore helping you get rid of maybe cholesterol, or not get rid, but reduce cholesterol.
Reducing it, okay.
Or reduce blood pressure. So it's very indirect. It's not a direct thing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
A doctor would easily just prescribe you a medication.
Yeah.
And a medication, what medications do, I want everybody to know this. A medication is either an inhibitor or it helps you do something. Most of the time, they are inhibitors, which it blocks a receptor in your body. And it blocks a receptor so that your body doesn't cause a reaction that's unfavorable to you at the moment. So if you have a headache, it may dilate, or let's say aspirin or whatever, it may I'm just examples. This may not be completely accurate. I'm just giving examples out here. A medication could dilate, which is open up your blood vessels, or it can constrict, close your blood vessels tighter. They can also block, and it does that by blocking certain receptors so that it can cause these things to happen. So it's very chemical.
Well, I want to make sure you clarify when you say this might not be completely accurate. The information you're sharing is accurate, but you're saying that the information that you're sharing may not apply specifically to someone's condition.
When I brought up aspirin, I didn't want anybody to say like, "Wait, aspirin does this. It doesn't do that." Like, no.
Listen, I live in a world of clarity. I like clarity.
It's good.
Yes. Okay.
But if anybody doesn't get that, please comment, because this is some high level stuff you're getting that doctors will not tell you. And personal trainers nowadays, they won't necessarily know this information or even want to know this information because it's not their job scope. So I must say it now. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an MD, but I am a highly trained coach. I've done the research. I've had clients that see success. So this is all based off of in the field work and surveys that have worked and records that are true on scholarly articles. And of course, my major from forensic science. It was all chemistry at the end of the day. So take it with a grain of salt if you would, but just know that I'm only going to give you information that I know is right. I'm not just going to give you information that's just like, hey, I think it is, or this is my opinion. I'll always tell you if this is my opinion or this is fact, because you can go look it up.
That's exactly why I ask for clarity. Like, okay,
Mhm.
so what you're saying is what you're saying fact. You
Yep.
know, that's exactly why I was asking. We truly do appreciate the disclaimer. You know I do. I
I
most
got to.
certainly do. You
I gotta
know,
save my
yeah,
own mind, you know.
listen. We like having our Tuesday tune up, okay? So we appreciate the disclaimer and we
That's
want the
so funny.
disclaimer. Family, listen, if you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are in the midst, okay? And we're talking about all things health and wellness because that's what we do on Tuesdays. Now, I want to let you know, if you have just joined us, that the devil is desperately trying to get into the details tonight, but we're rebuking him at all costs. So until we are able to completely remove the monster from the machine, just know that when we go to commercial break, you won't hear the commercials. If you're with us, if you're joining us on our socials, you will not hear the commercials, but there will be a visual that will read, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Just to let you know that we've not completely gone away. I just want to make sure you know that, okay? And to that point, it's time for us to take just a short break. So, family, stay with us. Know that you can continue to comment on our socials. And when we come back, I'm going to see what you're talking about. We're going to read some of that. So, stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. We are back. Welcome back to Love and Life with yours truly, right here on WURD. We are talking with Dillon Swaine because it's Tuesday, and that's what we do on Tuesdays. We have our Tuesday tune up. And to that point, Frey says, I don't know what you're talking about, Dylan. You are loving life's Dr. Dillon Swaine on Tuesdays. I love it. I love it. And Joey Dixon is joining us. Hey, Joey. He shares peace with everybody. And Edith, she shared, yes, I can hear you guys now. The devil is busy. Yes, he is, isn't he? Isn't he? I can't stand him. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And my cousin June is joining us. Hey, June. Hey, cuz. Hey, cuz. Oh, you know, I'm always happy to know that you are here. You know I am. And Thaddeus shares that knowledge is power. It truly, truly is. And he also shares, thank you so much for the disclaimer. He gave you a fist pump. I like that. You got to do it back, though. That's when, you know, when you get a fist pump, you got to give it back. You got to. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Frey also shares hands raised. Dr. Dillon Swaine. I don't know what that means, Frey. What is a WIP? But when I work out, I breathe, inhale, exhale for endurance, trying to keep my belly tight. But if I'm sitting, even driving, I try to sit up straight to hold all my bellies in. You know what, Frey? I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. She shares, I'm trying not to slouch or hunch. Is that a good practice or technique? Oh, she's a work in progress. Thank you so much for that. I was struggling. So Frey shares that she's a work in progress. Is that a
I didn't
good?
even know. But yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
good. You know the answer to that, Fred. You know you got it. That's exactly what you should be doing. You're on the right track for sure.
I love it. I love it. See that she shared. Thank you for that. I'm going to show you all work in progress because I was. Now y'all know. Listen, y'all know that the abbreviations and sometimes I don't have a clue. Now I might. Some of them I might be able to work out, but
Mhm.
but sometimes I don't know what we're talking about. So Dylan, you were sharing for any of our family members who may be confused about what you share. You were sharing because I asked you about high blood pressure. And I was
Mhm.
asking you if the breathing technique would be helpful. And you were sharing that. Now, I lost what you said that fast. You said something about constricting. What constricts? Just for
I'm
me. I'm
just talking
sorry,
about the
family.
medication. It's all good. The difference between taking a medication versus natural remedies such as even breathing. The natural remedies take a whole bunch of things, which are natural remedies.
Right,
But
right.
a medication is usually just like one thing. Because it's so powerful, it can break down to a chemical and be an inhibitor or
Mm,
cause you to do something instead. Therefore, it's at a chemical level. But you can do this naturally and over time. This is right up Ron's alley. He's loving this if he's listening. Like literally, it's all natural stuff.
mm,
So you can breathe, go out and get some air and walk, meditate, or, just better rest. All these different remedies or so, or like let's say lemon and ginger, using those types of ingredients in your foods,
mm-hmm,
it's all going to combine into one sort of benefit, which is chemicals at the end of the day. And these chemicals will cause your body to either do one thing or not do something. And the hormones are the literally like the commanders of it all. Because if you're
mm,
high or low in a hormone, it's going to cause certain things to happen in your body immediately. So I say the easiest way to lower stress, to lower any sort of, let's say, blood pressure, or let's say feelings of fatigue,
mm-hmm,
it's a better flow of oxygen in and out. And I'll just tag something in here. Zazen, what we talk about all the time, which is seated
mm-hmm,
meditation. You're literally doing everything that we just said and then adding meditation into it too. Now you're focusing on a goal or a vision or something positive in your mind while having a straight posture, while going in and out with your breathing fully, while counting your breaths and getting actual like rhythmic breathing going on instead of just reactive animalistic breathing just to survive. Now you're
mm-hmm.
really trying to like regulate it at a normal pace. So all those things come together when you do zazen. So if you want to start doing zazen, if this sounds good to you, honestly, hit zazen before you work out, 5, 10, or 15 minutes for zazen, sitting in it.
What
And you can picture how well your workout's going to go.
you might have
And
to
then
explain to some of our family members who may have missed the explanation of what zazen is.
you got a good point. Zazen is seated meditation, just real quick. Seated meditation where you breathe deeply in and out and you focus on clearing your mind. And then when you get good at that, you focus on a specific thing that you want to achieve. Natural Chinese, Asian Zazen, and Buddhist Zazen is clearing your mind and not really thinking of anything. And it's to calm the monkey brain that we have, or if you don't believe in that sort of thing, the reptilian brain,
What?
because we have a part of our brain that's like, it's the pineal, not the pineal, the dang, it's slipping me already. But there's a small part of your brain. You got the hippocampus, pineal, pituitary gland. You got all those things. But you got a specific part in one of those three. I think it's the pituitary. Oh no, I gotta look it up. But when you start calming that down and you start training your body to relax, you calm down that creative, hypersensitive part of your brain. Therefore, you're able to focus better at the task at hand. You are less reactive because whatever stimulus you get from people, whether it's anger, whether it's a busy schedule, whether it's something that you didn't predict that was going to happen that just stopped you in your tracks, and you now have to react to the situation. It's going to be a better outcome if you have a calmer brain. And by sitting down and doing zazen, you end up training that part of the brain to remain calm. You're giving it the attention it needs to just not even think, and you're relaxing, and you're literally going blank in your mind. So again, zazen is when you sit down in a lotus pose, crisscross applesauce, or half lotus pose. You can look these poses up on Google. You sit there with your hands wrapped, one hand on each other, palms up, thumbs touching.
Yeah.
Create like a little circle. And you just create a circle right underneath your belly. That's where you're going to inhale from. And when you exhale, you're going to exhale from your tailbone. Thus, it's going to straighten out your back. You might notice you'll sway forward and backwards as you're breathing because it's your muscles working. That's okay. But when you start to, get sore, when you get an itch, when you hear a fly around, don't move. Don't react to it. Because it's the same stimulus you're going to be around when you open up your eyes in just different ways or shapes or forms. So sit there for 5 minutes and just hold the posture. When you get up, you're literally going to be like, wow, okay. And you may not even just think of doing anything. You may just literally be so calm, you're good. And then if you have to start a schedule or if you have to start a workout, then you can attack it with complete focus because everything is cleared out. This is much different from writing down all your thoughts on a piece of paper as a brain dump and then choosing what's good, or just writing all your thoughts and burning it. It's totally different from that, because now you're just letting it flow away from your mind. Each time it goes in, flow away like the waterfall. And then if you get good at it, when you get good at it, now you can just turn that into focusing on a goal. Now you're sitting down, breathing deeply, in good posture, resting your body, and lowering your heart rate and focusing on something that's important to you. That's really powerful.
It is. No, that really, when you talk about that energy and directing your energy, focusing your energy, that is powerful. That is so powerful. Frey is sharing. Oh, Frey, I'm not even going to read that. What are you talking about? I am not snatched. I wish I was. Tom, Thaddeus is just, you got me all messed up. Thaddeus shares that he's a trombonist. So he treasures his breathing. How many times a day would you suggest this breathing technique be used?
Great question. You're talking to the dude for that, because I played the saxophone for a decade.
What?
Yeah. I picked it up in elementary school.
See that? We did not know. Look at that. We're learning more things.
A lot of things about me I don't know yet. I'm telling you. But it's not about me. It's about you and your trombone and your breathing. So listen, hit that zazen right before your practice on the trombone. Hit it right after. Hit it when you wake up. And hit it right before bed. If you only had time to do it once, one of the best moments to do it is in the morning, because it'll help you set yourself up for the day. If you don't like doing it in the morning straight out of bed, you can do it right when you get to the office. Take 5 minutes, go in your corner, or take 5 minutes, stay in the car, and do it.
Mm.
If you're about to play the saxophone or the trombone or whatever instrument you're about to do it 5 minutes, 10 minutes right before, and then go into it. You will notice that your capacity to take care of your long tones, and your capacity for holding out a note with breaths of air without having to take a breath in, it increases like instantly. It's not like an overtime thing. It's an instant thing. And it just keeps on getting better and better and better the more times you do it throughout your life.
Thaddeus shares will do. He said that is awesome. And thank you so much. Frey is sharing that she tried yoga for the first time for beginners about 3 weeks ago, and it was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
What type of yoga?
Yeah, I'm curious to know, Frey, what type of yoga? And Frey also shares that you need a podcast because she needs to hear you more than on Tuesdays.
Oh, that's awesome.
She appreciates you sharing your knowledge with us. And Ron is sharing. Oh, hi, Ronald Gillespie. He shares, and I should address this. So thank you so much. He shares, Carol, I am sad because the show with Will Downing and you is canceled. Hope to see you in January. Love and respect. Your number one fan in New York City and Philly. Thank you so much. Yes. So the show to which Ron is referring is the show that was originally scheduled for this week in New York City, but it's been rescheduled for January. I don't know the exact date yet, the rescheduled date, but I do know that it has been rescheduled for January. And to those of our family members in the UK, I know I was supposed to see you this week as well. So next week, I was supposed to see you with Will Downing. So know that you just know that there is so much love, and that those dates are being rescheduled. Those dates are definitely, if they've not already been so, I may not just know, but those dates will be rescheduled. So know that the love is there. And I'm going to share with Will, those of you who have reached out to me about the rescheduled dates. I am definitely sharing with him because I've been checking in with him every day. And thank you, Ron, again, and Frey, for making sure that I let you guys know, because you just get so used to going about your day and doing what you do, and you just forget certain things. And it is important that I communicate with you all. I tell you all the time how important communication is. But he does send his love, and know that he's been popping in and out of the shows. So just know that he knows there is love out there, and he can't wait to see you all as well.
Who is that, Carol? And what event?
Will Downing. He's a vocalist. He's an amazing vocalist.
Is
Yes.
it a music event?
Yes.
Okay. That's what's up.
His concert. So I do support for him, and his shows, some of his shows have been rescheduled.
Okay.
So,
Were you surprised I didn't know him, or should I know him?
You should. What? No.
Sorry. I told you I'm Jamaican. We don't care if you're famous.
What is that? What?
The only person we really look out for is God. At that point, if you're not God, like
you know what? Dillon is sleepy. Do you? That's what's going on here. You know what, Dillon? You are a mess.
I've never been to a concert in my life.
What?
Yeah. I don't do concerts.
Not one concert?
Nope. That's my personal belief.
What's your belief? What belief? You didn't share the belief. What's the belief?
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I feel like I'm gonna upset people.
No, you must. What?
All right. Well, no hard feelings. Nobody can get hard feelings here.
Are you talking to a vocalist? I don't there. No.
Well, it's like, all right. So like, if I'm gonna listen to somebody, I might as well just like, we have the internet, we have phones, so I can listen to you on the phone. But for me to like go ahead and stand and listen to you, or listen to anybody, is what I'm saying, or watch somebody in a performance, personally, I'm just like, that $100 could be something else that I truly need right now.
So let me tell you this. because you know how, and I'm going to say this because there are not a whole lot of artists that I will go to see in concert, but I love music, as you all know, because you know that I am a musician. But there are some artists, I don't care where they are, I will fly to see them. It's about the atmosphere, it's about being there, it's about hearing them in person, it's about feeling the music live and in person. Now I don't care to stand at all, I don't care who you are, I don't care to stand, but I will gladly find a seat or pay for a seat, but I have to be there in person. It's about it just the feeling does not compare. Like you miss because music is it's about spirit for me. It's
Mm,
about spirit. And you miss that, you lose out on that when you're listening on the internet, when you're listening, on the radio even. You what helps on the radio is your own imagination. That's what I believe. That's my own belief. So don't beat me up, family. But that's my own belief. But when you actually see an artist in person and you feel that music, it there is a connection. It's a connection. There's a connection there that you just won't receive any other way. Um, Family, look at me. I'm getting carried away, not even looking at the
interesting.
time. It's time for us to take a commercial break. But remember, don't forget, you will not hear the commercials if you're on our socials. But we're going to come back and we're going to talk to Dylan some more about this
Okay.
lack of concert going. I don't understand what that is. Family, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Dillon Swaine because that's what we do on Tuesdays. We have our Tuesday tune up. And before the break, Dillon shared that he doesn't go to concerts. And we were all saying, oh, well, everybody except for Malcolm. Malcolm shares, I haven't been to a show in years. Malcolm, listen now.
Feel you.
What? What do you mean? What? But well, you know what? I will say this because there are some artists that I personally do feel it doesn't matter, on what device I hear them or through what media I hear them. Like, Luther is one of those artists. Stevie, there's certain artists. There's a list. I have a whole list. But if it's an artist that I love and adore, oh, I will go by myself. I will be there, and I've done that. I do that quite often, though. I will do that. I will be there by
Mm,
myself, get my little ticket, and be right there in heaven. Okay. See that? Ms. Viola shared Dionne Warwick, October 7th, and Oleta Adams last Friday. Oh my goodness. That had to have been magical. And she shared by herself. Ms. Viola, that's what I'm talking about. That had to, let me tell you something. Oleta Adams's tone. her- oh, it's magical. Do you hear me?
I bet
And
it's
Dion,
on YouTube too.
you don't get the same thing. Dylan, you don't get this. I'm telling you, because the spirit is there. You just don't get it. Well, Malcolm shares he saw Janet Jackson back in 2001. No, Malcolm, I'm coming with that wet noodle. I promise you, Malcolm, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. Do you hear me? And Thaddeus agrees with me. Music is definitely a spiritual connection. It is. It is. And Frey said, music is her happy place. What is going on? She said, Will Downing is on her profile pic. What do you mean?
So I'm gonna add some more to this. When I was going through my real intense workout phase, where I was running like 3 to 7 miles a day. Some days it
Okay.
would be like 4 in the morning, 4 at night. Some days it would be
Okay.
3 and then sprints. I was the type of dude to wake up to music. Like I needed a song to wake me up because I was in that moment. Like I needed the vibes from an artist. I needed that
Okay.
spiritual connection.
See?
Then for working out, like I had different playlists for different parts of my day,
Absolutely.
especially working on whatever my task was for the day. Different
Mhm.
playlists.
Mhm.
Then I started getting into audiobooks because I figured out in college, I'm subliminally putting things in my head. You know, back
Mhm.
in 2000, I want to say 19 till 22, there was this whole movement of just ebooks, audible, and just
Yeah.
filtering out things in your mind. And that's when I started realizing, hey, like if I'm gonna be putting something in my ear, I might as well just learn to like read a book or listen to a book. And
Mhm.
so I had a whole transition, but it was blended between music and audiobooks now. So I would only use an audiobook for like I would use an audiobook for any part of my day
Mhm.
unless I was working out. Then I need the spirit because I need somebody going hard on the mic, or I need somebody going softer on the mic during my recovery so I can calm my heart rate down. And then I'd use music like that. Though, if I'm going to a concert, I'm not working out, I'm not resting. All I'm doing is just kind of listening. So at that point, I lost the motive to do that.
Mhm.
Because at one point
Mhm.
I was interested in concerts, but not
Mhm.
fully. But there was a chance. Now,
Mhm.
there's really no chance in me purchasing a ticket unless unless I'm going to a resort,
Mm.
I'm going to be able to eat some good food, and it just so happens that a band or a performer is coming to the resort, or if I'm going to
Okay.
a festival for food and games, or like to meet certain things or organizations, and there just so happens to be I don't know, J. Cole performing, then I'm just going to be like, all right, cool, like this is what's up, like I get a bonus. But
Okay. So
whether
you
they do
you
or not, it's like, no, I don't care.
so if he was coming to town, you wouldn't buy a ticket to see J.
Not a
Cole.
chance he'd get $1.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wait, Nick is sharing too. Nick shares that other than for work, he has not been to a real concert in a stadium since his 16th birthday.
There you go, Nick.
No, Nick. Well, you know what? I will say this though, because he shares they concerts are really pricey. They now they are. They can be. They
Like I might as
they
well like
can
buy
be.
another like phone bill and just pay off the entire year instead of 6 months, you know?
Wait. Oh, wait. And here, my cousin Sherry. Sherry shares, Dylan, listen, I just wanted to let you know that I am back. I just got off the treadmill, but it's only day 2. But I am tuning into the show. Now, she shares, now some concerts are free. I'm just saying. They are. They are. Some
Now you're trying to
are.
catch me, and I see what you're doing,
Wait,
Sherry.
wait, wait. Frey is no, Frey. He's never been to any of my shows. He's never heard me live. No. No. Mm-mm. That you some concerts are free, Nick. Okay, we're going to a concert. We are going to a concert.
I wouldn't even go to
What?
a free concert
Why not?
unless it's gonna have free food. I'm not doing it.
Uh, Okay. So it's about the
Nick,
food.
you better tell me I'm right on this. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. If it's gonna be a free concert, you might as well give me some fries on the side.
Wait, so you're not going to go to the free concert unless there's food?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Because you got to my knowledge, you got concession stands, you got memorabilia you can buy, and I'm not like I'm gonna tell you right now. In the Jamaican culture, I was Jamaican raised, but I was born in the U.S. In the Jamaican culture, we're not. Again, I'm not trying to sound mean. This is just how I am.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't part of fandom. We love Bob Marley. We love Vibes Cartel. We love Barry's Hammond, but it's not like we'll go out of our way for the fandom.
This is not about fandom. What are you talking about? This is about spirit. Are you kids about a connection?
Hey, I
Wait,
got connection right in my
look, Rick said,
earbuds.
"Quit while you are ahead." And Sherry said, "Listen, just
Outside.
come. You have to come to Atlanta." She shares on Memorial Day weekend, and she shares she's got you. And look, Frey said, "You so greedy." She said, "You are so greedy." And wait. So, Dylan, Nick shares, "Ain't no concert in the world giving out free food." So you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. And let's see. Thaddeus shares his last show was Jeff Bradshaw at the Kimmel Center. What? For Philadelphia for the family and friends recording. Thaddeus. Wait now. Are you kidding? You've got to. So you guys have not even seen like Samara Joy in it, like, oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I am okay. I can't get myself together. Well, I will tell you this, Dylan, you've got to go to a concert.
Man, they
You,
just fling their sweat, fling their bodies. How about fling some fries?
what are you?
Like fling some chicken. Like, come on, man.
Good night, Dylan. I think Dylan is sleepy. I think Dylan is tired. Y'all, family, you hear what's happening here, right? You hear. And Thaddeus, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle talking about that Jeff Bradshaw concert. Well, I was there too, though. It was an amazing night, but that was so long ago. That was, oh my, OMG, family. Okay. Okay. What
Yeah,
we're going to do, what we're going to do, and you heard what Nick said. Okay. You're not getting any free food. You are not getting any free food. What Frey does say, you're a cheap date though. She said you're a
no,
cheap
definitely
date.
not a cheap date. I got witnesses.
Uh-uh.
Sorry,
With
wait,
receipts. Wait,
with
witnesses with
receipts.
receipts.
With receipts.
Oh my goodness. So Rick, Eric shares that he is a concert goer. CC Peniston, Peebo Bryson, Will Downing, Janet Jackson, Carol Riddick. Thank you. They were all excellent. See that?
Maybe
You
I
know,
maybe I go.
thank you.
If
Thank you.
Michael
Thank
Jackson was
you.
alive, I'd see Michael Jackson.
Good night, Dylan.
That's
That's
the
what I'm
only
going
one
to
I
do.
probably.
No, good night. Good night, Dylan. That's it. Not Prince or Luther
Definitely not Prince. I
or
have no name
Whitney.
because I listen to Prince, but definitely not Prince. Not Whitney. No, definitely not Whitney.
Prince was what? He was phenomenal live.
Like
Are
I
you
said, like
kidding?
I have nothing against him. I love his music, but well, not love. I like his music, but I'd go for Michael Jackson in concert than anything else because
It's
my man.
so different live. He was so different live than listening to his music. It was so intimate. And I'm saying that in a stadium, his concert was intimate. I felt like I was in the studio with him. That's how he had a because he had an acoustic set. He added an acoustic part to his set. It was amazing. Just him and his guitar, and he's sitting on the stage in the round, and he was talking about when he wrote Little Red Corvette, and he
Man,
started strumming. No, I'm telling you, these are like
I don't even
lifetime
know
moments.
me.
These are lifetime moments.
I don't need to be serenaded. No, sir.
You good night, Dylan. Good night. You need to go to bed. Dylan is tired, family. He's tired. No, I'm just teasing him. No, you know what? To each his own. Everybody does not have to like going to concerts. So
I
I
told
will
you
accept
that
that. I
was my
received
only
that.
exception. I promise you, if he was alive, I'd go see Michael
If
Jackson.
Michael Jackson
And
were
it's a
okay.
movie.
Okay. Okay.
He's a movie. Like he's not just singing. He
But
does a dance.
so
That you don't.
are other artists.
Nah, Michael Jackson cake's a cake for sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. You if you see okay. All right.
You're struggling.
I am struggling. All right. Well, Dylan, look, I'm going to let you go and because it's time for us to wrap up. You Have a great night. And thank you so much, as always. Get some rest, Dillon. Get some
Okay.
rest. And God willing, we will see you next week.
Of course. Thank you, family. Thanks, girl.
All right. Have a good night. Family. Crazy Dillon. Isn't he a mess? He is a mess. Oh my goodness. And you too, Nick. We're going to a show. You hear me? We are going to a concert. Family, listen, praise God. Praise God from whom every blessing does flow. Thank you for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit with me, with Nick, with Dillon, with us tonight. Thank you, Dillon, for doing the same. To all of you, I just love you all so much. I love you, but God loves you so much more. You remember that, though, okay? Remember that. Put that in your pocket. To the entire WURD family, especially Niall Jax and Nick Steptoe. Thank you for all that you do, just all that you do. Miss Rosalind, hi there. Don't think that I did not see you. Hi there, beautiful. Family, remember we're all in this together, so be good to you, but be good to those around you. Have a great rest of your night, and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, y'all.